The Christian Social Union in Bavaria is a Christian democratic and conservative political party in Germany. The CSU operates only in Bavaria, while its larger counterpart, the Christian Democratic Union, operates in the other 15 states of Germany. The CSU has 45 seats in the Bundestag, making it the smallest of the 5 parties represented. The CSU was founded in some ways as a continuation of the Weimar-era Catholic Bavarian People's Party. At the federal level, the CSU forms a common CDU-CSU faction in the Bundestag with the CDU, which is frequently referred to as the Union faction. Until the 2013 election, the CSU governed at the federal level along with the CDU in a coalition government with the Liberal Free Democratic Party. In the state of Bavaria, the CSU governs alone with an absolute majority since 1966. Since the 2013 Bavarian state election, the CSU governs again alone with an absolute majority. The CSU differs from the coalition partners, the CDU, by being somewhat more conservative in social matters, while the CSU is economically a bit more pro-interventionist. The CSU is a member of the European People's Party and the International Democrat Union. The CSU currently has 3 ministers in the cabinet of Germany of the federal government in Berlin, while party leader Horst Seehofer serves as Minister-President of Bavaria, a position that CSU representatives have held from 1946 to 1954 and again since 1957. History. Franz Joseph Strauss had left behind the strongest legacy as a leader of the party, having led the party from 1961 until his death in 1988. His political career in the federal cabinet was unique in that he had served 4 ministerial posts in the years between 1953 and 1969. From 1978 until his death in 1988, Strauss served as the Minister-President of Bavaria. Strauss was the first leader of the CSU to be a candidate for the German Chancellery in 1980. In the 1980 federal election, Strauss ran against the incumbent Helmut Schmidt of the Social Democratic Party of Germany, but lost thereafter, as the SPD and the Free Democratic Party managed to secure an absolute majority together, forming a social liberal coalition. The CSU has led the Bavarian state government since it came into existence in 1946, save from 1950 to 1953 when the Bavaria Party formed a state government in coalition with the state branches of the SPD and FDP. Before the 2008 elections in Bavaria, the CSU perennially achieved absolute majorities at the state level by itself. This level of dominance is unique among Germany's 16 states. Edmund Stoiber took over the CSU leadership in 1999. He ran for Chancellor of Germany in 2002, but his preferred CDU-CSU-FDP coalition lost against the SPD candidate Gerhard Schröder's SPD Green Alliance. In the 2003 Bavarian state election, the CSU won 60.7% of the vote and 124 of 180 seats in the state parliament. This was the first time any party had won a 2/3 majority in a German state parliament. The Economist later suggested that this exceptional result was due to a backlash against Schröder's government in Berlin. The CSU's popularity declined in subsequent years. Stoiber stepped down from the posts of Minister-President and CSU chairman in September 2007. A year later, The CSU lost its majority in the 2008 Bavarian state election, with its vote share dropping from 60.7% to 43.4%. The CSU remained in power by forming a coalition with the Free Democratic Party. In the 2009 general election, the CSU received only 42.5% of the vote in Bavaria in the 2009 election, which constitutes its weakest showing in the party's history. The CSU made gains in the 2013 Bavarian state election and the 2013 federal election, which were held a week apart in September 2013. The CSU regained a majority in the Bavarian Landtag and remained in government in Berlin. They have 3 ministers in Angela Merkel's current cabinet: Christian Schmidt, Alexander Dobrindt and Gerd Müller. Relationship with the CDU. The CSU is the sister party of the Christian Democratic Union. Together, they are called the Union. The CSU operates only within Bavaria, and the CDU operates in all other states, but not Bavaria. While virtually independent at the federal level, the parties form a common CDU-CSU faction. No chancellor has ever come from the CSU, although Strauss and Edmund Stoiber were CDU-CSU candidates for chancellor in the 1980 federal election and the 2002 federal election, respectively, which were both won by the Social Democratic Party of Germany. Below the federal level, the parties are entirely independent. Since its formation, the CSU has been more conservative than the CDU. The CSU and the state of Bavaria decided not to sign the Grundgesetz of the Federal Republic of Germany, as they could not agree with the division of Germany into 2 states after World War II. Although Bavaria has a separate police and justice system, the CSU has actively participated in all political affairs of the German parliament, the German government, the German Bundesrat, the parliamentary elections of the German president, the European Parliament, and meetings with Gorbachev in Russia. Leaders. Party chairman, ministers, president. The CSU has contributed 11 of the 12 ministers president of Bavaria since 1945, with only Wilhelm Hoegner of the SPD also holding the office. Politicians. See List of Bavarian Christian Social Union politician selection results.